What is up, guys? How you guys doing today? You know who this is. It's RIP Juice WRLD 999. Today, and I'm gonna do this. Um, okay, so I'm gonna talk about different. I'm gonna talk about X. As you know, the documentary is coming out this week, the 26th, which is I think 3 days. I think it's Thursday. eh, Thursday or Friday. Um, but I respect everybody. I respect X, and I think I want to share this information because I think because I just want to share this. So on my phone. All right, you know what? Not on my phone, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play this about and I want to share this. You guys ready?
I'm Julius, and this is quitting.
Isn't an ad right
I feel a
now.
lot more in control of my life now that I've quit vaping. It makes me feel as though I can truly do anything I've set my mind to. If you need help quitting vaping, text Ditch Vape to 88709.
Okay, but come in.
Someone else, and do not live your life trying to be someone you're not, and do not live your life making yourself miserable, period. And I truly believe that anyone can be being like that. Shit is stupid. Like the sooner we truly believed in me, I would be nothing, and I'm aware of that. And I've gone through my fair share of destruction and pain, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message, and were, if all right, let's say worst thing comes to worst, I fucking die a tragic death or some shit, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive, and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy, or they found some sort of answers or resolve in my life, regardless of the negative around my name, regardless of the bad things people say to me. I don't give a fuck, because I know my goal in the end, and I know.
Okay, so what I played was X's last words before he died. Before he died, and so basically, he's saying, if I'm gonna die, death or some shit, all these positive stuff. So he knew he was gonna die. So technically, around in this video, he's talking about predicting his death. Okay, and then I want to show you on my phone. I want to show you this on my phone. I feel like, okay. I want to show you this. Hold on. You see that? You see this picture? You You see that? I know it's bright, but you see X here. You see that? You see that? X, and that's X2. This is part of the music video for Sad. That's X, and that's X, right? So as you know, if you look at it, that's an open casket. And if you look at it, it's actually an open casket funeral. Okay. Now I gotta talk about this, and I think I might be right about this. So, X predicted his death. X also predicted about having a casket funeral. Okay. So, are you guys understanding about this? You know what he tried to do? Alright. So, he had, and this is what the truth about it, he had help. So he knew that he was gonna die and then have a funeral, open casket funeral. And that's actually what happened. Okay, so you have that. But how did X die? He was shot. It was part of a robbery, and it was a shooting and a robbery at the same time. But if you want to know something, that the shooter that shot and killed X, they actually knew each other. His name is Dedrick Williams, and he's the one that pulled the trigger on X. But they knew each other. Okay, so they knew each other. See what?
The only nigga that he's like as fuck. But alright, yeah, I definitely was planning on getting Larry Lee because they're I talked to her yesterday. Larry Lee, D Savage, Doja Cat. I talked to her yesterday. So I mean, I could try and arrange that if anything. Yeah, one of the guys in my group that tattoos Kodak. I actually got a guy that one of the guys in my group that tattoos Kodak. So I mean, I could try and arrange that if anything. Lil B.
You see, he knew his killer. Sorry. So he knew his killer, the tattoo artist, that tattoo Kodak, and it's like Tupac style. It was like the Tupac style tattoo. That was Dedrick Williams. So if you knew Dedrick Williams, do you really think Dedrick Williams was gonna kill X and rob X? Absolutely no. Why would that happen? You see, why would X no why would X say that if I'm gonna die, it'll be a sacrifice? And then we see a casket funeral. Literally, he died, and there was a casket memorial funeral, and that's what happened. And he knew. So if he knew he was gonna die, and then died, it was all planned. Okay, so his death was a plan. So if you guys really want to understand that, I think, and this is what the truth is about X's death, X's death is not real. X's death is not real. Because see, look, he knew Dedrick Williams, right? Do you really think Dedrick Williams will rob and kill X at the same time, and they're close together? No. You see, it doesn't make sense. So why is he in jail? I don't know. So it was all a plan to make it look like he died, but X didn't die. You see, that was the behind of the casket, open casket funeral, and the sad music video. And if you watch the Moonlight music video, he's wearing the clothes. He's wearing the clothes on that day when X was getting robbed and got shot. So everybody, I think I might have to be right about this. I think X is not dead, but it is rest in peace at the end of the day, because the picture that I showed you about X in the music video for Sad, if you want to know that was, and if you see the guy that was in the open casket, that was his old self. So he put his old self in there. So his old self died. But the new X, he did not die. So I think that is a disclose for this. So peace.
Be savage.